Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Yes, we still got that squeaky chair. Apologies for that. Right, we are now looking at a beer that I picked up from the supermarkets. Picked it up while I was down in Coventry at the painting and decorating show. Didn't pick it up there. Obviously, I went into Tesco's. This beer has come from Tesco's. If you've watched the video that's come up before this, you will know it's come from Tesco's in a little beer haul video that I've done. But yeah, I went to Tesco's, got some breakfast early on, and I always go and have a look at the beer. And found several beers in there, actually. Picked up 8 beers, thinking they were all on 4 for 3. And they weren't all on 4 for 3, as it happens, but never mind. It's one of them things. Not exactly sure how much this beer cost, if I'm totally honest. If I'm going to guess, I'm going to say about £3.50. 8 beers, 7 beers from a review, and then another one that I just picked up just to drink myself. So the beer we are looking at is actually a collaboration now. It's from Black Sheep Brewery, who are out of Yorkshire sort of way. That feels a bit sticky, that does. And they are collaborating with Megadeath Beer Company. Now, apparently Megadeath Beer Company, it's the front man of Megadeath. Can't remember his name, who they said. I don't really know him anyway. But it's a collaboration with them. And the beer we have got is their Rattlehead IPA. I'm not sure if it's actually called Taste No Evil. If it's called Taste No Evil, or that's just something they put on the can. Or is it just Rattle? I don't know. Anyway, Rattlehead IPA, Taste No Evil, 4.5% ABV in a 440ml can. I'm liking the artwork. There we go. There's a little bit on the back there. I'm not going to try and read it because I think that little bit of writing there might, I don't know what that is, God knows. I can't see it because the light is terrible in here. My eyes are bad, but the light is terrible as well. But it's cool looking artwork. Looks real tidy. So I'm certain JB from Northern Southerner has done this. I'm still struggling to catch up with all my videos. I've got about 4 or 5 videos to share at this point of recording this, 22nd of November. So yeah, I think it was about £3.50, like I say. So let's stop waffling on. No idea what it's going to be about, apart from I'm thinking it's going to be sort of like a traditional IPA. So I'm going to whack it in my Lord's brewing glass. Let's get it cracked open, nice and chilled. Probably too cold. Been out the fridge for about an hour, but it has been in the fridge for a few days, which is very cold. So let's stop talking. Let's get it cracked open, see what we get. Hope you're all having a good Saturday evening. I work today. I'm working tomorrow. The joys of being self-employed. Had 3 days off this week, so I suppose getting 4 days in, you know, it builds up the money. Need the money a bit more these days. Some of you may well know I've split up with my missus and I've moved into a place, hence the different background. Some of you might not know, and now you do know. I'm quite surprised because this is looking more craft in look. It's looking more craft. Nothing else left in there. There we go. Sort of like amberish in colour, but not like proper deep amber. It's got that craft amber look, I would say. Hazy. Wasn't expecting it to be hazy. I really was expecting it to be very traditional looking. Light on it, nice little glow coming up from the bottom there. See that? Da, da, da. It's like bloody Pulp Fiction when they open the trunk, isn't it? That glow. A little bit of a white head. Can't see any carbonation going up, if I'm honest. There may well be some. It is a wet glass, so it probably hasn't built the biggest head. Looks all right. Let's dive in on the nose, see what we get. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's definitely got that craft sort of feel to it, which is totally something different than I was expecting. I thought this was going to be full on a nice sort of fruity note in there. Pineapple, something like that, I would say. Pineapple, passion fruit going on with a nice malt note in the back. There's something else there on the nose as well. An aroma from a hop. Tropical maybe, tropical pineapple. but something else there, whether it's because I've just rinsed the glass out and it's got the other beer that I've just reviewed in there. I hope not, but anyway, it smells all right. Megadeath Beer Company, Black Sheep Brewery, Rattlehead IPA. 5 minutes in. Let's get this whacked out way before 10 minutes. Cheers, everyone. And there was something different in the nose, and straight away there's something different in the taste. But I like it. I do like it. Let's crack on. I do like it. That I've had that taste before, and I can't put my finger on it, but I do like it. Biscuity, I'm going to say. It's digestive note. .5%. It's sort of a thin, light. Doesn't say thin, it's light. There's no wateriness about it, but it's got that sessionable body. Now, if that thinness, if there is a thinness or wateriness that comes through later on, then maybe there's a problem. But at the moment, even though it is light, the body is okay. It's what you maybe expect from a 4.5% beer. Carbonation, a little bit sprightly. You do notice it. It's not the biggest shock though that something of that ABV, along with the lightness of the beer, it's no surprise that the carbonation is showing its face a little bit. That said, you've sort of got to expect that. I'm kind of being, you could say I'm being polite or not being harsh, really. I think it'd be harsh to really knock it for the carbonation. You know, I've got to accept that that is there, and that is sort of what you're going to get with it. Pardon me. I think it needs that carbonation, if I'm honest, because I think if it wasn't there, the beer might come across a little bit bland. There's flavour there, don't get me wrong, but with the body being light, and behind that carbonation it's smooth, but it's probably that carbonation that gives it something a little bit interesting to sort of notice, if you like. Pretty soft, I would say. On the taste, flavours are coming through more now. Tropical, pineapple sort of thing, maybe a little bit of mango coming through. I mean, a lot of these all sort of tend to sound the same. I think the tropical note there is big. I'm not going to say mango, actually. I think there's a big orange, maybe tangerine note going on. It's not mango, it's definitely orange, but it's got like a sweet flavour to it. I'm hoping it's not artificial. You'd like to think there's not an artificial note in there. So I'm going to say tangerine. It's almost got that little Christmas thing going on with it, that tangerine thing going in there, because it's quite a sweet orange. So I'm going to go tangerine. I'm going to take back that artificial word, because I don't think it is, but you're definitely sort of getting that feel to it. It's all fruity notes on the front. Tangerine, tropical and tangerine for me are the big things that I notice. Back end, I think there's a little digestive biscuit note of maltiness, and it does feel like a digestive biscuit sort of thing going on. You know, you might sit there thinking, oh, tropical notes, tangerines and a biscuit. Who the fuck would put that together? Trust me, as mad as it might sound, That is what I'm picking up, but it is not what it's sort of tastes like. Don't think you're going to sit there with a tangerine, some tropical fruits and a biscuit, chew it together and think, oh, it's going to taste like this, because I can't imagine it would. But that is what I'm getting with it. Glides down the hatch easy enough. I don't mind it. It's no world beater. I mean, if this was £3.50, would you class it as a £3.50 beer? Probably these days, the way craft beer is, £3.50, that is what you're going to get for it. I don't think it's a bad beer. Don't think it's a shit beer. It's not a great beer. It's not going to blow your mind. I'd like to think it's an honest beer and there is no artificialness in there, because it hasn't got that real sort of strong, nasty sort of flavour to it. But there could be some of that in there. %4.5%. Drinks like 4.5% beer. There's nothing overly bold or overly strong in the flavour. You do get them flavours. They're all there. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's a bad. It depends on what you like. I'm going to say now, like I'm right at the end of the can, is that thinness, wateriness coming through? I think the thinness is starting to come through for me. I like bigger, bolder beers, but it doesn't feel watery. It's still got that thinness about it, but it doesn't feel watery. So that's a good sign about the beer. Some beers of this ABV can be really start to go massively watery, and you start getting a watery note. You are not getting that with this. Yes, it feels a little bit thinner as you drink it. That could just come down to me. But overall, it's an enjoyable beer. There's nothing nasty in there. There's some nice tasting notes. I like things a little bit bolder myself. But it's one of them, you know, if you don't like tropical notes and you don't like tangerine, you might not like it. It does have a sweet edge with that tangerine, but if you're quite partial to them, I think you'll like it. And really, comparing it to some supermarket sort of IPAs around that ABV, it's probably one of the best ones out there, really, or certainly one of the better ones anyway. So yeah, I'm going to give that a thumbs up for what it is. Don't expect any world-beating beer, but what it is a nice, enjoyable beer, and you could certainly down a few of them as well. So Megadeath Beer Company, along with Black Sheep Brewery, and their Rattlehead IPA, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. No world beater, but enjoyable, nothing nasty. Is it worth the £3.50 odd that it probably was? Probably not, if I'm realistic, but that is probably the going rate for what you're going to get. So there you go. Give it a go if you want to. 13 minutes in. Sorry for waffling on for so long. If you've enjoyed the video, which you probably haven't because I've talked so much, give it one of them. If you're enjoying the channel, give it a sub. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. God knows when this will be up. Thanks all for watching, and I will see you again soon on another one. Cheers.